Hi, I'm Colin Lowenberg. I'm a solution architect from Cisco Meraki, and I want to introduce you to Cisco Meraki's platform for developers and technology partners. If you are a network engineer, you're a developer, you're a partner and an integrator, or you're a large service provider or a small service provider, there's something for you on this site that's going to be very helpful for you to learn about how you can leverage the Meraki platform. So whether you're looking to build an analytics solution or buy a mobile app that integrates with Bluetooth beacons, if you want to simply engage users with splash pages or build an entire stadium Wi-Fi deployment, I'm going to give you the tools and resources that you need, and I'm going to show you how you can automate and build on top of the Meraki cloud. So Cisco Meraki offers 6 different product lines today: wireless, MX security appliances, MS switches, systems manager, the MC phone, and the MV camera. The MR wireless is one of the leading, most sold access points on the market today. Now, all of these products are managed on a single Meraki dashboard. And that's the core of our product, is the ability to manage all of your IT equipment in a single cloud-based dashboard. That's great. However, there are custom solutions tailored to industry-specific areas. And we have customers who have built their own solutions and technology partners who can offer turnkey solutions to add on top of your Meraki solution. And this is why Meraki is a platform for partners and customers to build upon. So of the solutions that I've seen personally, these are the 5 most important ones that we've seen on the market today. Analytics, driving the amount of foot traffic to a store, how long people spend in store, the loyalty of your customers. Now you can do that with Bluetooth as well as Wi-Fi. Automation for your entire network deployment, as well as automating your IT processes, has become very important for our large customers, as well as customers who want to support others, our partner community. Now, marketing is an interesting thing to see on the slide. We don't do marketing. However, our technology partners and our customers want to be able to capture information about their customers. So more than just knowing how many people are coming, now you know who is coming. So proximity-based marketing to engage customers while they're in your venue or even after is a key element to the retail space and a big part of the Meraki platform and our tech partners. Now, mobile apps are very popular in certain industries. I'm sure you have a banking app, you have an airline app, maybe a hotel app, and 20% of us have the Starbucks app installed. So mobile apps are becoming a trend in every single industry. And if you want to integrate your mobile app with Meraki, we're going to make it easy for you. As well, now asset tracking is now enabled by our Bluetooth scanning API. We're going to show you how you can track all the Bluetooth things. We're tracking over 50 million Fitbits around the world, but it's not Meraki's data, it's our customers' data. So of our customers, we have a huge install base, over 160,000 customers at the time I'm speaking right now. We have over 250 million Bluetooth devices being tracked around the world. So that scale of things with Meraki is enormous. And of those customers, they have over 1 million networks active right now. So you have a decision to make. Whether you want to develop your own solution in-house or buy a turnkey solution from one of our app partners, we're going to help you make that decision. All this information is right here on solutions.meraki.com. You can learn about all of our technology partners and how to build your own solutions. So Meraki's APIs are providing a programmatic framework for you to build on top of. The dashboard API is really designed to automate the provisioning and monitoring of a network. So you can essentially eliminate all of the steps in your deployment process except for scanning a serial number or automating that even further. So you can provision and you can automate as well as monitor. The Captive Portal API is one of our most popular and oldest APIs, and it's used by anyone who wants to provide a landing page or splash page to our guests. You have a captive audience in your portal. So that's really about capturing your marketing information and then engaging those customers. The scanning and Bluetooth API will provide you with the ability to detect all the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth devices nearby. So you're going to be able to see any device that's broadcasting in range of a Meraki access point. and we're going to be able to send that data real-time streaming to your servers. So we have solutions that are built on top of the scanning API, and you can also use this data for yourself. Now, why APIs? Well, APIs are changing the game in the networking industry. We're seeing people moving from syslog and Radius and SNMP to moving to modern APIs that are cloud-based. So these modern forms are built for the web and built to scale. So you're seeing a lot of integration between Cisco and Meraki solutions using our APIs, as well as integration with other services and other dashboards. This trend is enormous. We've seen an exponential growth in API usage. For the dashboard API alone, we've seen a 500x growth in the first year of launching it. We went from 4,000 calls a day when we first made it public to over 1 million calls a day in August of 2017. Now, I can't even tell you the numbers because they're so big. Scanning API, we're going to dive in deep real quick on some of the ways you can use the scanning API. So built into our dashboard, we have analytics. You can see proximity, engagement, loyalty. All of this is right on our dashboard, and you can see a comparison between all this data. As well, we also have a built-in heat map that allows you to see blue dots and gray dots, connected and unconnected devices, moving around in your network environment. So we have those X, Y coordinates. But what we do via the APIs, we send all of those X, Y, lat long, and RSSI information out via a HTTP post. So our API is giving you that raw data, the location of all the devices in range. So you can detect your Bluetooth things and your Wi-Fi things. Raise your hand right now if you have a Wi-Fi device enabled on you. Raise your hand if you have a Bluetooth device enabled. So all your Wi-Fi smartphones are trackable. Bluetooth on smartphones, not necessarily trackable. Now raise your hand if you have a Fitbit, a wearable, an Apple Watch, a headset, anything Bluetooth. Those things are trackable. So our API is going to send all that information, the X, Y coordinate on a floor plan, as well as the latitude, longitude on a Google map. Now you can use that data and you can engage with the customer with location-based marketing. And we'll talk about how you can do that. But this location data is a key component of pushing location-based offers and identifying where and when you want to advertise or engage a customer. So we've added this new Bluetooth feature to the API in the last year, and it's enabled something new. It's enabled asset tracking. So Wi-Fi smartphones, you can turn off the Wi-Fi very easily. But a Bluetooth tile or a Bluetooth tag, you can place on any asset, whether it's a wheelchair, an employee badge, or a pallet in a warehouse. All of these things are trackable via our scanning API. So if you have an asset tracking solution or you want an asset tracking solution, you're going to hopefully find what you want right here on this website. Now, we've also seen a trend of mobile apps doing indoor positioning. I've been doing wayfinding for 10 years. I've never seen more excitement and more demand for indoor positioning than ever before. And now you have these wayfinding solutions with turn-by-turn navigations, fantastic for casinos and museums where people get lost indoors. Or maybe you just want to find a conference room. Now, we have some great partners out there that you can find on our website that show how you can take all this data, it comes back to our cloud, and then our cloud sends it to a nice front end that gives you analytics and insights into your customer behavior. Let's dive into the dashboard API. This is a very important API if you're a network engineer at an IT company or within the IT department of a company. The dashboard API is going to allow you to automate your own job. So if you don't like clicking around on the dashboard to do a tedious task like changing the firewall rule at 1,000 sites, you can now do that via API. You can learn to write a script in less than an hour that'll speed up your job and save you a lot of time. So one retailer, one of the largest retailers in the US, they automated the deployment of 1,800 sites. They did it all in 9 minutes. They claimed the order to inventory. They created 1,800 networks. They got the store name and number from their own store finder API, and boom, they were done. So in under 10 minutes, they did the job that would have taken 1,800 hours on site, traveling around the country to deploy a network. Now, it didn't eliminate the need for the dashboard. The Meraki dashboard is still the amazing technology for managing your network and monitoring it and deploying it. So they still use the Meraki dashboard for a lot of the configuration, but it was a one-time configuration instead of 1,800 times. Now, they actually built their own app just for the installers. So a store manager, an installer, or your end customer could actually log into a different interface. That's a very simplified workflow. Type in the serial number, type in the store number, set the Wi-Fi speed, you're done. So you can simplify and build your own dashboard on top of our dashboard API. Now, service providers are actually the secret behind Meraki's growth. They have been buying Meraki and deploying it in massive numbers. But in order for them to do that, they needed a scalable way to create customer networks and make changes for customers. And the API is what has made Meraki a growth engine within Cisco over the last few years. And our customers, or rather, our customers are the service providers, and their customers are buying Meraki from the service provider, and the service provider is automatically deploying their network. So there's almost no clicking, no scanning of serial numbers that happens. Product is just shipped out directly, and it's an automated workflow. Now, we also see some really amazing use cases from that service provider market. In the country of Mexico, they decided we want to be a smart and connected country. They deployed Wi-Fi over the entire country of Mexico, every government building, library, public spaces, health centers, even schools. 22,000 sites deployed. And they wanted to monitor and know that it's being used. So they actually built a solution on top of the Cisco Meraki platform using Splunk with help from Cisco. We jointly developed an amazing dashboard to track how many users are on the network. So millions upon millions of users are on the network every day, and terabytes, hundreds of terabytes of data go through every week. And they use this dashboard that they built themselves to analyze all of the multiple service providers. So this is 22,000 sites summarized. And of course, you'll see that YouTube is the most popular application on the free Wi-Fi in Mexico. Now, it's not just about knowing what the Wi-Fi is used for, but it's also about knowing that the Wi-Fi that you're paying for is actually getting used. So it's also showing the return on the investment, showing that the whole country is using this Wi-Fi and getting connected. Now, how do you use the dashboard API? All the details I'll leave to the website, but the dashboard API is so simple to use. Go get Postman. It's your new putty. If you use putty, Postman is your new best friend. You can simply say, get this URL, and you'll get all of your information on your organizations that you have access to on Meraki's dashboard. Now we have a multitude of tools. You can use Postman, you can use Node-RED, Built.io, curl, Python, Ansible. We're going to give you examples of how to use these different tools out there and make it easy for you. Captive Portal API. This is one of our longest and oldest, most popular APIs. It's called the Captive Portal API because you have a captive audience. And on your portal, you can brand that social Wi-Fi experience. Have them log in with Facebook, email, SMS. And then you can do audience analytics. Understand the demographics, male, female, age ranges. But even further, with Facebook login, you can analyze their friends, their likes, and their dislikes. Now, once you have that data, what are you going to do with those analytics? The real ROI from Wi-Fi in retail and hospitality is the engagement and the marketing. And so we see technology partners providing those marketing solutions, campaigns, text messages, emails, what have you, or integration with existing marketing clouds. There's a lot of different marketing clouds that customers already use. They just want to simply import those emails and customer contacts into their marketing engine. And the real business outcomes are established. We see more time spent in venue. We see more people returning to the venue. We see more people opting in to your marketing campaign when you use Wi-Fi to offer something to that customer. As well, we see a good average of users who will take that offer directly or immediately over a Wi-Fi captive portal. All right, let's talk about Bluetooth beacons. We added Bluetooth to our Meraki access points just a few years ago, a little bit before Bluetooth was the new thing. Every year since then, they've said, this is the year of Bluetooth. Now this is the year of Bluetooth. I believe that it's always going to be growing and growing in terms of adoption. But fortunately, Meraki already has the world's largest Bluetooth network. Because we put Bluetooth into all of our access points, we're now the world's largest vendor of Bluetooth gateways. And those Bluetooth can be used in two different ways. I've already talked a little bit about asset tracking, and you can track all the Bluetooth things, tiles and Fitbits, Apple Watches, and Bluetooth badges. They're all trackable with our Bluetooth scanning API. But if you have a mobile app and you have a Meraki access point and you're not integrating the two, you're crazy. You can do this so easily. Get your Bluetooth beacons integrated with your mobile app. Now, back on that asset tracking, we don't care which Bluetooth beacon you use. You can use any Bluetooth beacon on the market. Our Bluetooth beacons will detect those beacons. So our Bluetooth scanning radio and scanning API will report back on all of the beacons that it sees in range. So you can buy beacons from any vendor and it'll work with Cisco Meraki. We follow the iBeacon format in our own. Now, this means you can also track fitness trackers. It's anonymous data, I assure you, but you can see how many Fitbits, how many Garmin, how many Polaris are in a location. Now, we did a case study with the Houston Marathon, and we could see that almost 75% of the market were Fitbits and Garmins. So this shows that two vendors are really dominating that wearable market, at least as it pertains to marathon runners. So this just was to prove that Bluetooth can be used to track. So I've been doing wayfinding for over 10 years now with casinos, museums, oil refineries. I've done a lot of these deployments, and it was always a very difficult solution to build, design, implement. And I've never seen it be this easy until now. We've really tried to simplify how much work goes into it, and also the end result needs to be easy and expertly used by your end customers. So if you really want to engage customers, pop-up notifications based on your location, give you relevant advertising, or just give me the list of the points of interest around me and how to get there. Whether you're a casino trying to help people find their way to the concert, or a school trying to help people find their way to class, or just simply an office who wants to find an office that needs to find the conference room, mobile apps and Meraki Bluetooth are very simple to integrate. If you have a mobile app and a Bluetooth enabled Meraki access point, you'd be crazy not to integrate the two. So we've really found the technology partners that will help you do this very quickly. I want to remind you that Cisco Meraki is dedicated to privacy. We call it privacy by design because our entire engineering team is dedicated to protecting personal identifiable information. And we consider this as we build our own products. We actually don't store the MAC address of those nearby devices. However, the scanning API and Captive Portal API do collect personal identifiable information, and you need to be aware that you need to follow the laws and regulations of your country as we send this data to you via API and you collect this information. You need to know what you should do about informing customers, storing that data, and sharing it with third parties. So we're very big on privacy. If a customer feels like they want to opt out of being tracked, we have a global opt-out on our website. Just Google Meraki opt-out, and customers can type in their MAC address and be opted out of every Cisco Meraki customer. Not just Cisco Meraki, but also several other major companies that are part of the Future Privacy Forum all share the same do not track list. So this is important for you to know as you can integrate it into your own solution. Now, I want to show you all of the information that you can capture on this site. There's so much on solutions.meraki.com for you to use, but I want to highlight that we have very detailed API references and sample code and development sandboxes for those developer types who want to dive deep and start building right away. And we also have great demos and learning labs to help newbies and people who aren't quite developers get started and learn the APIs right from scratch. Now, if you have any questions, whether you're a developer or a network engineer just getting into APIs, please post on the community. I'll answer your question or someone from my team will get back to you. So thank you, and I hope you enjoy building on top of the Cisco Meraki platform.